Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on Hbar. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about Hbar. And once again, this is the 1 month chart. The reason I show you this chart, it shows you how we're still holding up very well right now. And Hbar is so undervalued right now. This is the time you want to be stacking because you don't want to be buying Hbar on the next run up. And that time is coming. Fednow has added another company to its services provider showcase. Micropayments company Drop. Drop enables micropayments in Hbar, USD, and USDC. This means banks in the US looking for micropayment services can now use Hedera technology. Drop will enable real-time payments through Fednow, process customers' credit transfers, and handle incoming payments. Not all service providers can do both, which means Hbar Tech has higher standing in this case. You know, no matter what you talk about, somehow, some way, it is tied back to Hedera. And if it's not tied directly back to Hedera, it's tied back through a partner of Hedera. That's why I always said it's such a well-rounded network, and Hbar is a well-rounded cryptocurrency. And you know, it's nice to see Hedera once again tied to Fednow. To stake your financial future on one guy in pink pajamas or these guys, you know, I never seen the value in Ethereum. In fact, the gas fees are the first thing that turns people away. But people tell me I'm totally wrong, that new projects are going to keep onboarding to Ethereum. Why would they ever do that? Think of a startup, okay? A company just getting out of the gate. All of a sudden, they go and build on Ethereum, and the gas fees put them out of business, when they could easily come over to Hedera and build at much cheaper prices. Plus, think about it. If the IBMs and the Googles of the world and the Boeings and the Avery Dennisons are choosing Hedera, why would you not choose Hedera as well? The governing council alone is the reason I keep stacking Hbar. CEO of the Hbar Foundation talks about the growth of the Hedera ecosystem. Take a listen to this.
When we started this journey a couple of years ago, we really didn't have an ecosystem. We had a network that was performant, that was, cost effective. But, now you can, go between different use cases. There are real use cases on the network that are executing each and every day. There's connectivity amongst the use cases. We saw one, just mentioned last week with Shinhan Bank and their stablecoin. We have infrastructure. So, we've got more wallets to choose from, custodians, fiat on and off ramps, and an ability to use HBAR and other HTS tokens. And more importantly, the ability to build upon the network features. So, we're really excited that we've gotten this far, got a Coinbase listing on other exchanges. So there are a lot of options for, both retail and developers building on the network.
The ecosystem is absolutely incredible. But you know what else I like about Hedera? Even the projects that are building on Hedera, they're also collaborating with each other as well, forming an even bigger network, a bigger, stronger network. And, they make it so easy to build on Hedera. That's why I always said we're going to see more and more projects coming on board all the time. And a lot of projects are jumping ship from Ethereum and coming over to Hedera as well. Calaxy app is a creator economy built on the Hedera token service. The platform allows creators to mint their own crypto that their fans can buy to interact with their economy or trade value for a social media engagement. Calaxy is available on Saucer Swap Labs. So people asked me after I talked about Calaxy the last time where they could get it. You could get it through Saucer Swap. But this is an announcement coming from their CEO. So before we depart for the weekend, I, on behalf of the Calaxy app team, wanted to thank the Hedera community for embracing Calaxy MVP that we released yesterday morning. It's been a difficult 3 years and our team worked so hard for this moment, but boy, was it worth it. For those unaware, Calaxy is a social network built on Hedera that connects people together in a way that maximizes our ability to transfer value. We're primarily known for being the easiest place for a content creator to facilitate an exchange of money for content they supply. Seriously, there's a world where the number one recruit in the class of 2024 raises tens of thousands, maybe more, from his community through a monetized poll campaign on where they might take their talents. But seemingly by accident, we created the best peer-to-peer network that allows any user to bring their assets with them to the community we're building, facilitating the craziest potluck of NFTs, digital currencies, and content ever created. Calaxy is just getting started. This is going to be massive in the future. A lot of people are already saying that this is the next X, the next Twitter. You'll actually be able to send $10,000 to your friends as easy as sending a text through the rails we built. It's crazy. But you'll also be able to experience the most cherished memories of your life with people you love, all in the same place. Calaxy brings us together. That said, the journey doesn't stop. We're just getting started, and we've come to you guys with just one request. Spread the word and help us put this, along with some of the best tech ever created, in the world's hands. And again, built on Hedera. Then there's this, Archaea case studies. Now they're talking about supply chain management. So fair ordering of events is a crucial step in enhancing supply chain systems, as it ensures a first in, first out method of organizing events that happen within a supply chain. Not having items in the correct order or incorrectly time-stamped products throughout the supply chain can cause costly delays through any stage of the process. Archaea, the only enterprise-grade infrastructure provider on Hedera to date, also plays an important role in the solution's success. Now, because Hedera is tied to the supply chain, somehow in the future, I see Hedera and XDC coming together as well, because XDC is built for global trade, and the supply chain is part of that as well. Like I said, I'm waiting for some big announcement around that. Are you a builder in the Hbar ecosystem? The Google Cloud Web3 startup program with benefits for Hedera builders is open. Together, we're enabling startups to build highly scalable, world-class applications to drive the next wave of industry adoption. Like I said, if you make something easy, people will come and use it, especially if it's cheap as well. Because startups, a lot of them don't have money. They have to raise that money, and they don't want to spend it wastefully. They want to use that money wisely and build their business out. That's, again, why I see it all coming to Hedera. Congratulations. Consider enhancing your competitive advantage with Neuron World. Provides a surveillance as a service platform for trusted surveillance data. Neuron awarded with project to enable air taxis in the UK. So the project, being led by Atkins, is expected to take 18 months and will comprise an assessment of the demand for air taxi services in the Southwest, development of use cases for the technology, and an evaluation of the integration and impact on the wider transportation network, including the region's airports, as well as the benefits to cities and residents. It will establish viable markets and business cases for these services and seek to understand public perceptions and attitudes towards eVTOL, electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft. These activities aim to culminate in a series of full system demonstrations in live airspace across the region. So now Neuron is getting involved with air taxis. That's going to be massive in the future. And if this works out in the UK, you know other countries are going to want to get involved in this as well. I always said Neuron is one of my favorite Hbar use cases. As HBAR and Hedera become trendy in the crypto world, I see a lot of misinformation or hate speech. To be honest, I don't know much about the technicalities. I do not understand what technical hardness is going under. But let me ask you a few questions. So they're talking about EFT POS. Most people leave off EFT POS when talking about the famous Hedera Council members. But EFT POS is Australia's largest credit debit card processor. Anytime you swipe a card in Oz, sorry, you are using an EFT POS machine. It's huge. Actually, EFT POS Australia is now merged into Australian Payment Plus organization, which combines all the country's payment networks. Yes, Australia's entire payment infrastructure is represented on the Hedera Governing Council. That's how big that actually is. And I said it before, no matter what you talk about, somehow it's tied back to HBAR and Hedera. Hedera will always be there in the end. Take a listen.
Typically, the history of any kind of market is that you have this enormous springing up of thousands and thousands of companies, and then you have a crash, and then you get down to 3 or 4, whatever, big companies that continue on there. And that's the way every revolution tends to happen. I'm sure we'll see the same pattern here.
I like the way Lehman says that. He's so confident. He knows exactly how this is going to play out. And he's saying this at Harvard. Think about how much a Harvard education costs. And when they're talking about crypto there, right? Crypto is the future, or they'd never talk about it at a school like Harvard. But he's right. You start out with a massive amount of cryptocurrencies. At the end of all of this, once regulations are put in place and the world pushes forward and we have a new financial system and we have all the payment rails put in place, 99% of crypto is going to be gone. We're going to be left with a handful of cryptocurrencies that are game-changing, that have real-world use cases and utility. And HBAR is going to be one of them. And when that time comes, HBAR is going to be a top 10 crypto, most likely in the top 5. And that's why I said, we are so early to this cryptocurrency. You're buying it at 5.5 cents. You want to keep stacking it now. This way in the future, all of a sudden, your HBAR is giving you generational wealth. And that time will definitely come because everything is already pushing in that direction. We're so early to crypto. We're watching a new financial system literally get built from the ground up. But until then, we just stay patient and stay positive. Eventually, we will all get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.